Hello, Aries. This is your November 2022, excuse me, 2022 reading. And let's just get into it because I'm starting to get into my space. All right, so your overall theme, you're leaving behind troubles and moving into calmer situations or more peaceful situations. There was an inability to maybe seduce or to tame a situation, and so, or you may feel like there's an extra need for you to be strong in this moving forward away from something, and it may require more of your attention and patience at the same time. You might have been unable to get someone to see your side of the story with something, and that's led you to having to kind of pick up and move along. I'll keep going. If anything else comes to me about your theme, I'll let you know. In your headspace, what you're understanding right now, you're understanding how to take both the things that are positive in the situation and the things that are negative in the situation, and bring them together as a driving force to create success and movement in your life. Intuitively, you feel like you have this alternative way or an alternative method to or approach to something. This can also be an underhanded behavior. So you might know someone is being underhanded about something. You just have an instinctual clairsentient download, some sort of knowing. This can also be about someone stealing a car or making a getaway. Maybe you yourself were unable to tame certain wildness within you, and that's leading you to move on to a different, more greener pasture or less mentally troubling time. This can also be trying to tame your own inner wild and having to start over somewhere where people don't know your wild past as well. But there is some sort of cleverness to you this month, an incorporation of your shadow side and your light side in order to get what you want. But maybe you've given up hope on something. Maybe you were looking to seduce someone and or to win them over, and it just wasn't working. So you've now decided to move to something onto some other situation that might be easier for you to manifest what you want in some way, shape, or form. You're also thinking life's got to be easier. In some regard, there's more to life than this, you know. You are communicating very sweetly. There's this flirtatiousness to you. And your words show how much you care. And you might be very poetic at this time. You might find your words are like a song, you know? Like things are coming to you that you never thought you would think like there's this right and left brain kind of, I'm using a different part of my brain for the first time. I'm going the alternative route in terms of my mental space, and that's allowing me to find the words to really express things in a beautiful way. Your home and your family sector, you have some sort of decision to make. You might not know all the information you need in order to make this decision comfortably. So it's almost like a risk, and that's kind of burdening you. You're not sure you want to take a risk, but you're also not sure you want to stay put either, or sacrifice yourself in some way. So there's a chance it could go either way, and so you're having to use your intuition. You might know somebody's been doing something underhanded, and although you can't put your finger on what's going on, you're having to make a decision for the best of all involved, really. A sibling could be doing something nice for you as well. They could be going out of their way to show you that they care. Maybe because they see that you're having a little bit of a tough time making a decision about whatever it is in your life. It would be home and family related. Your fifth house of confidence. Feeling a little bit off balance in terms of a relationship in your life has kind of set you off balance in terms of your confidence. Maybe because you put yourself out there and it wasn't received the way you thought it would, no matter how much you tried to get this person to see things your way or accept your kindness. And so there's a difference here. So there's feeling kind of torn in one direction and another, also in confidence. I think that's also because of something to do with the decision in your home and family life that's needing to be made, but you're you're protecting your heart as well. You're not sure you want to take a risk on somebody who's not, or you're needing to take the time to really kind of nurture the situation, to tame the situation, and that might be causing some lack of confidence because you're not getting the results immediately that you want. You may be putting your head together with someone else on a creative project, but there may be some compromise that needs to be made in order to make things work. Your emotions, your creativity, and your energy levels. You're feeling pumped energetically. You have this, I'm in it to win it, no matter what. No holds bar. But you might feel guilty about that to some degree. There's maybe you're feeling guilty about besting the situation that we were speaking above. Maybe you're feeling like, well, if I'm not going to get what I want, then I'm going to go somewhere else. Or I'm going to take what I want. There's some sort of you've progressed from the 2 to the 3. So there is a progression in the way you're thinking about things. If I'm reading it from bottom to top, the progression is you're becoming enlightened, and although you might have one less piece of the puzzle to make the decision, it's better than feeling guilty that you didn't make the decision. But it has to do with a partnership of some kind. There's something to do with a relationship here, whether it's business or romance. And I'm going to swing more towards, actually, you know what? There's other money cards on the deck, so I'm not going to do that. I think that you're protecting your heart, you're protecting your family, or you're trying to figure out how to protect your family. Maybe somebody had somebody broke into somebody's car and you were feeling a little bit insecure about that. And so you're looking to, or there's been some break-ins in your neighborhood, or there's just some shady stuff going on, and you're thinking about it, and you're trying to make the best decision for your family. Maybe it is to move, and you don't know if you're going to have the strength to move forward out of a situation. You're not maybe as worried about the repercussions of your emotions. there's a great change as well within your emotions relating to this situation. You might feel like you emotionally squashed somebody as well, and you might feel a little guilty about that. This is feeling guilty. Or your person. This whole reading could be about somebody in your life. Your security, your fight or flight survival, your instincts are to not make a decision, to not want to make a decision. Or you're seeking partnership your instinct is to not want to make a decision, or to postpone making a decision, and to just enjoy the harmony that comes from the union of two people. So just to have the closeness or the partnership of some kind, but not wanting to make any big decisions about that at this time. Because I have the Lovers and the Two of Cups, and they're both in reverse, I think there's a lack of a willingness to compromise within relationships. Although mentally you know that you need to make a decision and you might not have all the information, I see no matter what, you'll be fine, or you feel you'll be fine, but the other person may not be. They might be more invested and have more to lose than you do. What you're going for, what you're reaching for. You're reaching for something new that inspires you. You might be looking in to get a new phone. I see that because there's the Page of Wands with the Star card right near it. And the Star card's all about future forward thinking, Aquarius, technology, and I see the Page of Wands as like a message communication. It's also a youthful thing, so it's like the new age kind of or new era of technology. So that's one random mundane thing that comes through, but there's news about you're wanting to message somebody, you're wanting to call somebody. That's what you're designing. You're hoping for maybe a new beginning, but it seems like starting over is going to burden you in some way, or this also could be like a long distance relationship, but the starting over part of moving is like really burdensome to you. You're not wanting to take the risk, or you're not wanting to take the risk of leaving the relationship as well. There's some news coming in that you might be reaching for or getting, that to have faith. The message is to have faith that things are going the way they should, and to take the risk, even though it's scary. What you're letting go of, the burdens you're dropping, you're letting go of sacrificing yourself for others. You might be looking at more of a substance over beauty type situation now versus before. Or you might feel like you've been put in a timeout from this relationship, and there's a lot of physical, sensual things that you want to experience, the good things in life, and you're not wanting to have to defend yourself about that anymore. Like you're dropping your defenses in terms of it's like accepting who you are. There's an acceptance here. You're not trying to change yourself anymore, or you're not trying to change somebody else anymore, and you feel like you've sacrificed in order to do that for a while, and that's no longer abundant for you. There's a need, like I see him as like looking at other women or looking at things differently as well. You might be dropping the way you look at or you experience beauty in your life or attraction. This is you might be looking for more of a spiritual connection now versus a shallow one, and so that can go either way. And I say spiritual because the 7 of Wands sevens are usually the number of spirit, right? Venus and Pisces. Venus. You're not wanting to have to defend what you want, what you desire anymore. Or you might be receiving what you desire, but you're having to defend yourself for having it. Someone might be very beautiful and or good looking, and there's going to be some like defensiveness maybe. You're not wearing your heart on your sleeve. I'll tell you that. You're not wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're very protected. You're protecting your heart, or your person is protecting their heart. What you're chasing developing a skill set into some passion that you have into a money-making endeavor. A money-making opportunity. Something that you can really, a talent that you can like benefit from. And I see you being successful in this. There's some other people are seeing this as very, very successful. What you're creating is very successful, what you're doing. And maybe they're looking to somehow partner up in some sort of way to get a piece of your pie. So that's why you have to be careful, I think, with the direction you're going, and maybe feeling like you have to be methodical about how you approach things, because what's that saying? You can't catch flies with vinegar, or honey. You know, you can't catch flies with honey because they land on shit. um, sorry, it's getting late. I get silly. Yeah, you're looking to make money at something that you're doing, you're skilled at, you're passionate about it. People see it as victorious, or see you as um, the victor of this endeavor. What you're going away from, you're walking away from a cycle where you've felt pretty screwed over. You or your person felt very like ready for anything because you've just been through so much hell. You're like, oh, there's gonna be something else, I'm sure of it. You get a little defensive, a little shaken up, a little rattled, on edge. You know, you're trying to get away from that. You're trying to get away from feeling like life is just like there's just something terrible around the corner, you know, or I'm gonna have to fight for everything I have in this life. And you're trying to get out of that mindset, that wounded warrior kind of like, you want some peace, you know. And I see you not wanting to heed the call, or avoiding the realization that there's going to be some sort of traditional authority figure, some sort of rules to how you operate or do things. So it's like the rebel that's going through the red tape. I see this as red tape. So if you're starting a business with something that you do, you might feel like you don't want to deal with anything else. Like, it's just been like really challenging for you. There's been a lot of bureaucracy. And this can also be like, I see this as like being called to duty, and you really don't want to do that. So you're trying to get out of that. You're walking away from some obligation to authority that it's nearing its end. We'll just say that your obligations to one boss, obligations to a leader of your family, obligations to something are closing up. And so that's going to be freeing you up to do more of what you love to do, that's going to make you money, and you're going to be successful at. This could be within the love relationship, you know, because you've made room in your life. If you broke up, you decide that you don't want to struggle anymore. You're called to action, and you go through the steps or the hierarchy of what you need to do in order to achieve, master the skill set, have passion towards what you're doing, and be successful, and see what the world has to offer you from this situation. Your family, your relationships with loved ones might be, someone might be like asking you to read their mind, or expecting you to read their mind, and you're not about trying to do that. You feel like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, and it's affecting your confidence in something. So if you are working in a situation where you're apprenticing underneath somebody and you've been working for a while and you're starting to master the skill, and you're just working for somebody who's kind of like a narcissist, or like somebody who's never satisfied, you know, that could be the reason why you're looking to leave your obligations to this person and maybe start your own thing here. You're wanting to let go of all of the tasks and chores and responsibilities, and you feel like you're trying to tackle all those. It's a tackling card, and you're just reaching for your passions, like the spark that kind of created it all. The the adulting side of what we love, right? Like there's always going to be like a, if we're doing something we love for a living, um, it takes away a little bit of that joy sometimes, you know, and you're just trying to keep that. And I feel like you're not willing to compromise so much anymore, for other people, or sacrifice yourself for what you desire, what you want. You might not be getting what you want in bed as well. There might be a lack of compatibility in the bedroom with a person. You're reaching for what you wish for, just taking a risk. You might have a car on your mind. You might be thinking about a car and how you're gonna get that car. It's trying to plot and scheme how to get it. Um, Spiritually, you're feeling like you're going down a different direction you've never been before, and you might feel kind of the guilt part of it comes in, like because you're doing what's best for you, it might make you feel guilty, um, but you're wanting to let go of that self-sacrifice. So there's like this tug of war within you. You will be talking sweet. Somebody will be in your close vicinity in your day-to-day life and our neighborhood. You might have a neighbor do something nice for you as well. Um, there's jealousy here as well. So if a partner was getting jealous of something that you did, hopefully not, but there's a looking over the fence, feeling defensive about maybe, so there's jealousy from a partner. Somebody, your ex who you've left, might be looking over at, on social media or whatever, you know, or bumping into each other out in public or whatever with a new partner. And they might be jealous. You like getting hands-on about things. You don't like being necessarily just the person that's in the chair all day. Um, you do like having tasked, like movement, you know, you like doing things. You like being in charge, but like maybe not sitting in a chair all day. That's something I get too. Like you like, you're a hands-on person, you're a hands-on learner as well. All right, Aries. I hope you have a great November. I hope that you got something from this, at least one little thing, one little tidbit or something. But have a great November. I will see you in December for the 2023 Wheel of the Year Zodiac reading. And until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye.